Radisson is a gold explorer based in Quebec, Canada, trading on the TSX venture. We're focused on the O'Brien Gold Project, which hosts the richest mine by grade in Quebec. The former O'Brien mine was in production between 1926 and 1957, produced close to 600,000 ounces at 15.2 grams per ton. So still it holds the title of the richest mine by grade in Quebec. We came up with a resource estimate in 2019, in July. O'Brien is, as of today, one of the highest grade undeveloped project in Canada. Our indicated resource is close to 300,000 ounces at 9.5 grams per ton. In the inferred category, we have around 145,000 ounces at 7.3 grams per ton. And all of these resources are very shallow, have been defined from surface down to 550 meters below surface. In terms of general location, so we're on the Cadillac Break in Quebec, near Ontario. We're halfway between Rouyn-Noranda and Val-d'Or, two mining towns of around 50,000 people. We have access to an experienced labor pool. Both these towns are 30 minutes drive from our property, so have very low cost of exploration. We've been drilling the deposit through 2019 at $115 per meter all-in cost, so that's very effective money going into the ground. Power grid passes over the property. We're a kilometer by provincial highway, so very pristine infrastructure for exploration. Our camp alone, the Cadillac Bousquet mining camp, has produced more than 21 million ounces of gold over the last 100 years. We're surrounded by best-in-class operators, such as Agnico Eagle, IM Gold, Eldorado as well. With producers also comes capacity of milling. So there's 5 mills within 75 kilometers of our project that are not running at full capacity at the moment. This is the outline in yellow of our property, so 4.5 kilometers directly on the Cadillac Break. Contiguous with the Larder mine of Agnico Eagle, which is the deepest mine in North America. The Larder mine ranges from surface down to 3.5 kilometers, and as I mentioned, our resource has only been drilled or identified now to 550 meter depth. In terms of ownership, management and insiders and our strategic advisor, we own close to 15% of the company. On our last 2 rounds of financing, we had good support from Mr. Ron McEwen, one of the founder of Gold Corp. Strong institutional support as well. Around 30% of our shares are held within institutional hands in Canada, Switzerland, Texas, in Quebec as well with the Caisse de dépôt, CIDEX. We have a group of private investors in Quebec, around 25 people that own 29% of our story. So we have a float, public float of around 22% at the moment. We are fully financed through 2021. We currently have $8.5 million in the bank. We raised more than $11 million in 2019. And we currently have a market cap of around $35 million. So our stock is trading at around 18 cents at the moment, and we're building on a successful 2019. Main reason for that successful year, I should say, is the new model we've put out in 2019 that was developed by Kenneth Williamson, who's a geologist that did his master thesis on the Red Lake mine and was one of the gentlemen that was on the team that found the high-grade zone that was a game changer for that asset. So in 2019, we published that model. We strengthened our management team as well with the addition of Michael Gentile as strategic advisor. He's an ex-fund manager. We also added Rahul Paul as a CFO. He's an ex-mining analyst at Canaccord for more than 12 years. Again, we raised $11 million, embarked into a 20,000-meter drill program with the main objective of validating our new model. What that model is suggesting is that we have a conjugated system of vein on our property. And that's the reason why the old O'Brien mine is there. So in the old O'Brien mine, they had identified around 14 veins. 3 of those veins returned 90% of the production in the O'Brien mine. So when these veins cross or fold, that's where they would usually see a blowout in grade, sometimes in excess of 1,000 grams per ton. And we feel we have a system of repetition on the property. So we've been chasing those ore shoots in the resource area based on that model. So now we have around 63 veins that have been modelized. The majority of those veins are yet to be fully drill tested from surface down to 550 meters. And the model, we feel, unlocks the opportunity to better target the high-grade zones within the structure that we understand. Here we can see the 4.5 kilometer land package. So to the left, we have the infrastructure of the former O'Brien, went down to 1.1 kilometer, again, 600,000, close to 600,000 ounces at 15 grams per ton. And within the yellow square, we can see the resource that have been modelized in 2019. From surface down to 550 meters. And we started using that model, and through that 20,000 meter drill program, we started drilling some holes at depth below the deposit. So we drilled 3 holes below the F zone, which is the zone closest to the old O'Brien mine. And out of these 3 holes, all of them first hit high-grade gold mineralization. 2 of them hit much higher grade than we've established in the resource. So one of them returned 66.7 grams gold over 4.7 meters at 845 meter vertical depth. The one we just published yesterday was completed at 667 meter, returned 16.7 gram gold over 4 meters. And the last one was done at 950 meters and returned 8.5 gram over 2 meters. So what this suggests to us is that we've now found or potentially found an enrichment vector from 550 meter down to 955 meter. So very large potential for resource growth and more discoveries in that area. And drilling so far has continuously keeps validating our model. So we're very confident in the model we've put out. And we decided in the coming weeks we'll be expanding our drill program. So there will be more news in terms of what we're going to do in terms of drilling in 2020. But definitely it's going to be the largest drill program ever undertaken at the O'Brien Gold Project. The hopes is to define a standalone project by year end of 2020 and increase the resource significantly. We've got 13 holes right now that have been drilled and that assays are pending on. 6 of those holes intersected visible gold at O'Brien. So keep your eyes open for more results in the coming weeks and through the year as well as we pace up our drilling activities. So all in all, what Radisson is here for, substantial upside We're carrying the largest drill program ever been completed at O'Brien at the moment. Our new model is being used for the first time. It's proven to be very accurate. We're drilling for resource expansion and new discoveries. Again, we're an established mining camp surrounded by world-class mines and best-in-class operators. Low cost for exploration. We've got an experienced labor pool and very good infrastructures. And we're led by a management team that is quite strong, that owns around 14% of the company, strong expertise in the capital markets as well as in mining, and strong institutional support. And last but not least, we're fully financed for our goals through 2021 with $8.5 million in treasury. So thank you very much, and keep looking for Radisson.